Gaisuko is currently developing its cultural and heritage sugar tourism product as a new business line which has been integrated into its strategic plan. On this InfoHub Extended, Nkosi Bruce takes us on a special tour.
Are you ready to embark on a truly epic adventure to an undiscovered corner of South America, where some of the most spectacular natural attractions are unveiled within a beautifully diverse landscape? From the wetlands and savannas to the ancient mountains, magnificent waterways and lush enriching rainforest, which provide a vast playground for some of the most exotic and breathtaking creatures on the planet, including many of the world's giant species. This untouched land of mystery and wonder serves up an exclusive experience for travelers. So are you ready for a new, awe-inspiring adventure? Welcome back to nature. Welcome to Guyana.
We're here at Gaisuko's Iflat Estate, where we're about to embark on the Sugar Heritage Tour that is going to be the brand new package offered by the Guyana Sugar Corporation in the coming months. This isn't exactly a new feat for the sugar giant, but it has never been done on a commercial scale.
While we've been conducting tours, it has never been a business line as such. It has never been, we've never developed it as a product line. And hence, we have our commercial manager, Mrs. Bama Prasad, who is playing a very key role in the development of this product.
The farm tour will be introduced as a new product line, but it won't interfere with regular operation.
So this is part of us experimenting with blending tourism into production while we still do our core business, which is sugar production and molasses, producing sugar and molasses, and using the same resources to do that.
The first stop on the tour is the old chimney at the site of the old Leonora factory.
As we all know, we had 13 sugar estates in the Guyana of recent, and now we remain with 3. That means 10 of them have closed. Right? This was this one was closed in mid 80s, 1984, 85. Right? And so it is now left. It is still under the stewardship of Gaisuko, and we will soon convert it into what we call the tourist site. So everyone, the structure is still there in the bush, but it needs a little bit of attention.
But there is even more in store for the old Leonora estate.
We are currently in the process of seeking partnerships with donor agencies and universities to design and develop a sugar museum. This site here is one of the sites that we've identified to construct that sugar museum and to build our first sugar heritage park. Also, we're in the process of trying to partner with donor agencies and universities to have a consultant to do an inventory of both the tangible and intangible heritage for sugar in Guyana.
To the entrance of the field, we stop near a canal with labor punts that are pulled by oxen, a captivating sight, providing insight into the heritage of sugar cultivation. From here, we journey into the fields, getting a first-hand look at cane cutters at work. A worker stops to give us a glimpse into their unique canvas hats that they use to fetch the cane.
So when you put on the hat like this now, right? I hide the bottom like this now, right? Now you gotta wait, but you not squeeze your head like this. This is the carry part. When we use this cap now, if rain fall out, the water will run out from the field.
The tour will allow for tourists to freely mingle and interact with workers. This is to make the tour as genuine as possible, a true experience, one where you are exposed to the rich Creole dialect used in the field as well as the way the workers interact and handle their work.
While we born king, we normally have what you call the rodent hunters. Another activity that takes place in Guyana. This is one of my rodent hunter. He specializes in catching the rats. After we would have both circle born the field. The fire, we light the fire, the wind side on the lower side there. Then you light the fire, the wind side, until the fire come from that end, coming into the middle of the field. So they trap the rats in the middle drain. Then I send in my hunters to give them a finish off.
Unfortunately for this tour, time is against us, and we must return to debrief and garner feedback from the tour operators, meaning we were unable to complete the tour by visiting the conservancy. It is expected that with the feedback received from the tour operators today, the Guyana Sugar Corporation will be better able to tweak their package to suit the tourism sector.
They already have the product, they already have everything in place, safety, security. It's really just about smoothing out the rough edges, which can be put together with agencies such as the Guyana Tourism Authority stepping in and providing that training and giving them pointers on how to conduct these tours.
This tour features a few more interesting stops than IFLUT, starting with the insectary. Here we see the sugarcane borer and are given an example of this particular pest is handled by Guy Suko.
And I could see adding on to it. I could see doing it as a half-day tour, doing it as a full-day tour, adding on both the conservancy, which is right at the back here, adding on the Demerara distilleries at one end and the conservancy in the other end, and even a part of an Essequibo tour. You've got a week's activities here that we could do. By this being part of a week's activities, and I can add this into itineraries easily.
That brings the IFLOC tour to a close, but when these minor changes are complete, we will be sure to run the tour again to bring you the full experience. Whilst we wait on that to happen, we embark to the Albion Port Morant estate, where we start the second half of the Guy Suko Farm Tour.
Here we see the sugarcane borer and are given an example of how this particular pest is handled by Guy Suko. From there, we travel to the Tane cultivation gate where we board labor punts and head into the back dam, where we see one of the old steam-powered drainage and irrigation pumps. Finally, we get to the grand part of the tour, the Guy Suko Training Center, but first we are treated to a dance routine. At the end of the routine, we are taken to see the 1924 Rolls-Royce Go-Shock, presented to the BSc Apprentice Training Center by Mr. R.E. Napper, the previous electrical engineer of New Amsterdam at the time. The car is completely overhauled and repaired by apprentices at the training center, with the bodywork being done by Mr. Paltu of Firish and Booker's Garage in Georgetown. And yes, it still runs. Next, we visit the factory where tourists can expect a rundown on how sugar is produced and all the processes involved. As we return to the starting point, tourists are treated to lunch and refreshments. Here, the tour operators are again given a chance to give some feedback.
Plans are on stream to utilize the Albion, IFLOC and Blairmont estates and the Le Bon Intention head office compound as sites to be visited. This brings us to the end of this InfoHub extended program. Join us again next time. Goodbye.
Are you ready to embark on a truly epic adventure to an undiscovered corner of South America, where some of the most spectacular natural attractions are unveiled within a beautifully diverse landscape? From the wetlands and savannas to the ancient mountains, magnificent waterways and lush and enriching rainforest would provide a vast playground for some of the most exotic and breathtaking creatures on the planet, including many of the world's giant species. this untouched land of mystery and wonder serves up an exclusive experience for travelers. So are you ready for a new, awe-inspiring adventure? Welcome back to nature. Welcome to Guyana.